Hey folks, welcome to Tiger Tinker Studios. Today we're going to talk a little bit about a brand new bike, the 2020 300 TPI, and what I've done to it so far, and about an upcoming ride this week that will be the real test of the bike. So we started with the base bike, rode it around the parking lot of the dealership, made sure that the bike was actually running right. Before we made any mods to it, we took it out for about a 3-hour ride on a nearby trail area, and the bike did great. We've jumped it, we've tested everything about it, so bottom line is we were delivered a good bike to start with. So what are the things that I felt necessary to change? Okay, we'll go over that point for point on this bike. So starting with the very front end. I have put different wheels and tires on this bike from the stock, and those are currently in the shop being set up. I decided I'd take the original set of wheels and do tubeless front and rear, and put a golden tire fatty on the front, and I decided to put the stock knobby tire that the bike came with on the rear. I'll air it down to 5 psi and rip it up. It don't matter if I like that tire or not. Might as well just use it. So I've never been particularly enamored with the look of the fender and light mask of the Husky bikes in the past, but this one I actually like it, so it's gonna stay. These WP open chamber Explorer forks are very nice. The only thing that we're doing with those is putting the proper springs in them, and we've done that. Going back to the front end here. I will be replacing those brake pads with the EBC Red, being that I weigh about 235 to 250 with total rider weight. I want the best brakes I can get that can handle heat. And being that we're in the Northwest, we go up and down the mountains quite a bit, so having that is good. This right here is an upgraded bulb by Cyclops Adventure Sports, based out of Kent, Washington. They make fantastic lighting products that work, and they won't break the bank. This light is good enough to ride in the dark, in trails. Racing in the Baja at 60 miles an hour, probably not quite enough, but that alone right there is very good and a massive improvement over the stock bulb. We are going to plate this bike in Washington State. That's relatively easy. So we've already put the blinkers on the front. We'll put a horn on it, and you know, tail lights and all that good stuff, and then take it in for an inspection. So an important part of the bike is right here. When you crash, 90% of all of the craziness is going on in the handlebars. So why not have the best that money can buy? These are by HDB, an American company out of Colorado. Another really nice feature about these things is the mirrors. They actually work really well, and they tuck away nicely. They don't make any weird vibration or noises. They do not come off. Every once in a while the glass will break on them, but you simply, you know, put in a replacement or get a new one. This is super strong. It is very rare that I've actually crashed the bike and had to mess with the triple clamps and straighten them out. I can actually only think of one time where that's happened, and that was a pretty serious wreck. We have upgraded to the Rally Pro grips. They are a wider grip. I have a fairly big hand, and by getting a wider grip, I'm not straining my forearm as much. The HDB mount here allows us to put the oil light right here, and we're also going to put a USB connector in here. And then also they have a mount here that holds the speedo real nice and good. I've got the Bulletproof Designs radiator guards in there. My friends insisted because they don't want to drag my butt out of the woods if the bike blows up. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have put them on there. They're 200 bucks, covering a $200 part, but anyway, they win. I will probably go to the the FMF Gnarly expansion chamber after I've ridden the bike for a fair amount of time. With the stock one, so far it's fine. I got a slave cylinder protector here. Had a bad episode with one of those things in the past, and figure it's good insurance. If the chain breaks, this is not going to destroy the motor. This will protect me from that. This is by Bulletproof Designs. It's some sort of a chain guide here. I've been told that it's important to have, so got it. The skid plate here, TM Designs. It has 2 forward bolts, 2 underneath bolts, and I will get rid of these. There's a bracket down there. This part here makes it very hard to get it on and off, and I have found in the past, by using their skid plates, that the forward bolts there, as long as they're Loctited, will hold plenty good. Obviously, it is a link protector as well. And again, I've been really satisfied with the quality of TM Designs. Got a 52 sprocket on here right now. Not sure whether I'm going to be sticking with a 50 or 52. Now look at this teeny tiny FMF muffler. This is the Turbine Core 2.0 as compared to the 2.1. This thing is much smaller. Kind of like that. Due to the demands that I put on braking, I've put the expansion reservoir on here with a blingy cap. Rear disc guard, very important. Got to have something on there. This one is the Enduro Engineering one, which is quite a bit less than the Husky Hard Part one. I mean, it's like 90 bucks compared to 150, and plenty good. You can get that in blue too if you wanted to, but I just took the silver one. Race Tech shock for my weight. We were a little bit surprised when that showed up. Thought maybe we had the wrong part because it's a shorter spring than the stock one, but we were assured that it was the proper spring, so we put it in. Little bling there. We've added the fan to the bike here. We will be putting a manifold protector on this bike. In fact, it's on there now. That is an important piece of protection right there. So this is the state-of-the-art brand new bike, and so far I'm nothing but impressed with it. You can just see how clean everything is, engine-wise and component-wise, and well, let's see how she does in her first 20 or 40 hours, and we'll kind of report back on that. Did shorten up the levers and turned them down a bit. They're easier to control that way.